about my animals, I figure I would introduce everyone to my snakes. I'm just gonna start with a snake video for now. I was planning or thinking about doing an all my pets video, but it's kind of late. I don't think I want to do all of that work, so I'll just show you guys my snakes for now. Maybe we'll get to all the rest of my lizards that I have in my place soon. I wanted to start with Verde before he went to bed. He or she, do not know the sex of Verde. Verde is my Asian vine snake, Ahatula prasina. I'm not totally sure how you say the Latin name there. I've always wanted one of these snakes. Love these things, they're so cool. Caesar, go away. So he'll probably just leave us alone in the background. So there is a little debate on whether you should handle these snakes because they are rear fang venomous. This one has never shown any sort of aggression or signs that it's gonna bite me. It's a little flighty, but it's not that bad. It's actually a very curious snake. Very curious, very beautiful. It watches everything. It pretends like it wiggles in the wind. So, yeah, it is sub-adult. Probably get another foot long, foot or two at the very most. Won't get much thicker than this. This is about as thick as it will get. They are a completely arboreal snake in the trees. Just about all they eat are lizards or frogs. So don't get one of these unless you're prepared to feed it other reptiles. I feed Verde anoles, grass lizards. Sometimes I get a hold of some captive bred sheep frogs. But mostly anoles is what I seem to get my hands on most often. Verde has not eaten this week, which is why I brought him or her out. They stick their tongue out when they feel threatened. It's really cute. He's done it a couple times. I don't know if the camera's picked up on it. So, that is Verde. It's actually really cool when they're really scared, they try to make themselves look bigger. And in between their scales, there's actually coloration, so they look multicolored when they are puffing themselves up, or even when they're eating. When they're eating, it's really cool. Maybe I'll put in some footage of Verde eating, because I have some footage that I've never really shared before. He's sticking his tongue out at me. See that? Oh, come on. So, that is Verde. I don't handle Verde very often. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind too much. But I mean, this is, I will admit and I will say, this is likely a wild caught animal. That is my only wild caught snake that I own. Everything else I own has been captive bred. So it's just been a dream species of mine ever since I saw them on, Discovery Channel or somewhere. When I saw those eyes, and I saw that face and their slender body. There's just so much attitude from this snake, as far as like his looks and the way he's always got his neck and head bobbing out of the bushes and out of the trees in his enclosure. Super cool. Probably one of the snakes I visually just stare at the most. I really like Verde's enclosure. Is really cool too. I really like his enclosure. decorate out a little bit more. It's already pretty covered, but could always use more greenery for this guy to hide in. So that's Verde. Probably about 3-4 feet long. And on to the next snake. Let me go grab it. Okay, so next is my blood python named Pumpkin. This is Pumpkin. Pumpkin is about a 6 or 8 month old blood python. Born this year. Maybe the end of last year. Really love blood pythons. Can't wait till we get some size on this guy. I don't think I was feeding him large enough meals when I first got him. I think I was feeding him too small of meals because he just wasn't really growing, and I was worried. I heard or read that you weren't supposed to feed them too large of meals, but I think I went just too small altogether. So he wants to look at me right now, so I'll flip around here. This cute guy. Sometimes he pretends like he has an attitude, but he really doesn't. He just kind of looks like it. He tries to square up like he thinks he's gonna do something. See, like right now, he's like, "No, I might do something," but he usually doesn't. I think he's only struck at me once. I did wake him up, and there are bright lights in him right now, so he might be a little crankier than normal. So, he's a very lazy species of snake. Literally does nothing. Hides. That's it. He's just a master hider. You can't eat me though. I'm not food. Please. So, that'd be cool if I got him striking at my face on camera. He seems cranky today, I'm not gonna lie. So, that is Pumpkin. He's pretty good, pretty awesome. Total opposite of Verde as far as like body structure. This snake is super fat in comparison. Super fat, super lazy. Verde is not a lazy snake. This snake just chills and does nothing. So yeah, it's good to get him out and make him exercise because they are primarily ambush predators that don't do anything, that just sit around. So normally they would have to move to find a new spot to hunt every so often, but this guy doesn't because the food comes straight to him, so I have to take him out every so often so he gets exercise. Otherwise, there can be health complications from what I've read. So this is some good handling. He's not too stressed out now. Got some good tongue flicks. He's just kind of curious about stuff, which I would be too if somebody woke me up from my hole and put lights in my face and put me on something else's face. So I'm gonna go put Pumpkin back. Say goodbye to Pumpkin. Next time you see him, he should be much bigger. Next is my Colombian rainbow boa. One day I hope to own a Brazilian as well. I really love rainbow boas. I think they're really awesome snakes. A lot of people don't really care for the Colombians, or they're just sort of overlooked, which I can understand. They just are more of a regular brown color, but I connect with these guys. I'm overlooked and brown, so This snake is super chill, super mellow too. This snake will eat anything, absolutely anything. Almost looks like going into blue soon, but not too soon here. This snake has escaped a couple times, a few times. I had it in a tub, and I guess it learned how to get out of its tub. So it escaped a few times before I was able to replace its enclosure. It now is in a glass aquarium, a terrarium that it cannot escape from. It always went to the same hiding spot. It always just went to under the couch. So it was always easy to find, but this snake requires really high humidity. So my home is fairly humid, but not 90% like this snake needs in sometimes in order to stay hydrated. So if I don't find this snake in my home when it gets loose, it could very potentially die of dehydration. So iridescence is why they call them rainbow boas. Don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but the coloring of these snakes is just unbelievable. I love the coloring. I hope it's picking up. So that's my Colombian rainbow boa. I've named this Pablo because it's Colombian. Most of you maybe will get that. Not sure. Do not know also if this is a male or female. I'm sort of guessing a male on this guy. Not totally sure. This snake's gonna get much bigger. It's gonna get probably like 3 to 4 times the size. It's gonna get at least 5 feet long. Not the size of a boa constrictor. Won't be as thick as a boa constrictor either. But will still be big. I plan on getting a boa constrictor soon, maybe end of this year, maybe next year. I'm not totally sure, but that's probably the next snake I'll get eventually, is a boa constrictor, because I love them so much. I'm surprised I don't have one already. I have one more, like more of a tropical snake that I keep, and all the rest, I believe all the rest are North American species, North American colubrids. After my ball python, who I'll go get, who was next. So, say goodbye to Pablo, a Colombian rainbow boa. Very cute guy. I do really like this snake. Even if most people don't, I do. And so, my next snake is Medusa. Medusa is my oldest snake that I have. She is just your normal wild type ball python. She's going into shed here. Very early stages of going into blue right now. So I'm gonna try to keep this as short as I can. She has been a really good snake. I'm glad that she was my first and put up with me when I was learning how to take care of snakes the best. We had some times where she didn't shed the most perfect. We had some times where we wouldn't eat, but we've gotten through it. We've figured it out. I don't think she is necessarily underweight, but I don't think she is overweight either. I think she's just about perfect. If she were to eat a little more consistently, I think she would be a little bigger. And then we have my female bull snake. I've named her Meep, which might make sense later. Named her Meep, M-E-E-P. My female bull snake. She She was a rescue, actually. I rescued her from somebody who was no longer able to take care of their animals. They had a few animals. Sadly, I couldn't take their boa constrictors. I wanted to. I didn't have the space at the time. I still don't. I have to make room for a boa constrictor if I want to get one. But I really love bull snakes, and I've been looking for a female anyways, so this was perfect. That she needed a home. I was hoping to get a female to pair up with the male bull snake that I have. His coloration is a little different than hers. She's basically just all black. All black, but beautiful nonetheless. I love bull snakes. They do live, or gopher snakes do live out where I live, out here. So yeah, she is one of the largest that I have for now. A few of my snakes will outgrow her for sure, but I love bull snakes. They're so easy to take care of. They get big. They've got a lot of attitude. I like snakes with attitude. So she's actually pretty mellow. She's never started huffing at me and gotten super crazy. She's always been pretty chill. So that is Meep. Now let's go check out my male bull snake that I have. And here we have Coyote. This is my male bull snake. The breeder that I got him from actually named him Coyote. I just kept the name, which I named Meep. Meep, because that's the noise that Roadrunner makes in the cartoons, Coyote and Roadrunner. The Looney Tunes, Coyote and Roadrunner. I think they named him Coyote because of his color variation. How he goes dark, and then gets like brown, and then he gets like a dark kind of tiger stripe looking tail. It's really pretty. He's a very pretty bull snake, I think. He's a very chill, mellow guy. He does huff at me sometimes. If I don't confidently pick him up, he will try to scare me away. But you just gotta go in there, reach for him, say, nope, I'm taking you. And they give right in. He's never bitten me. Most of my snakes have never bitten me. Think like 3 or 4 of them have, half of them. And most of the time it was because they thought I was food. So those are my 2 bull snakes. And then here we have Sauron. He is my albino Nelson's milk snake. He is in shed right now. He is actually pretty deep in shed. It's hard to tell when they're albinos totally, especially with their eyes. Their eyes almost look normal. He's a pretty shy snake, because one, he's albino, so he's sensitive to light. And they're small snakes, so, you know, pretty shy. I've had him ever since he was a hatchling. He was super duper tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny snake. And he just slowly is growing. I'm about 99% sure it's a boy. But really like Sauron. He's always exploring when he's not in shed. I could tell that he was going into shed because he's been hiding for a couple days. So yeah, I'm gonna go put him back so he doesn't get too stressed out. But that's Sauron. Glad I was able to get him out. A lot of the times he's hard to get out. Oh, and it looks like my last snake is also going into blue. This is my corn snake. This is Houdini. He's just your regular corn snake. He's very much in blue, which I'm surprised. He took his meal yesterday like nothing was different, which is really cool. So, yes, I'm handling my snakes when they're in shed, and when I fed them yesterday. They will be okay with it. They will survive. They're not gonna regurgitate it this time. My snakes know me. They're not that stressed out when I handle them. Houdini was the second snake I got after the ball python. So I got this guy as a hatchling also. I really like getting my snakes when they're babies so I can watch them grow. It's really amazing to see how big they get and how quick they grow. I just feed once a week, every 5 to 7 days. Normally feeding days on Friday around here. It's always a ritual thing, Friday night most of the time. But this is Houdini. He is Houdini because he could do disappearing act in his enclosure, and he could hide in a spot to where it seemed impossible that he was inside of it, but he was in there, just perfectly hiding inside of a piece of wood. Those are my 8 snakes. I hope you enjoyed looking at them. I know I'm always looking at them, staring at them through their glass terrariums and admiring them and taking them out and trying not to take them out too often, but trying to socialize them. So it's a nice fun balance. Thank you for watching this and enjoying my animals with me. My next video will probably be all my other animals, as far as reptiles, all my other lizards, because I have quite a few lizards. All of them except for one of them is handleable. I'm referring to my iguana. My iguana is very flighty and very jumpy and doesn't trust people. After 2.5 years, still doesn't trust people. So it's going to be fun to try to film and introduce you to him. But thank you for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, I please urge you to subscribe, like this video, let me know down below what you would like to watch, and I try to get it out for you. So, oh, and this is Caesar. He'll probably be in a lot of the footage because he just likes to hang out, like most of my cats always end up like doing. So, thank you for watching. Ow, bye.